with you to clear the dust caused by the incident of the 3rd June 2020 in the area of Gumba Shirikat, in which 9 lives have been lost on both sides. You are aware that the primary responsibility of the state is to protect the well-being, the security of the people, including lives of the citizens. Yes, in any human social setup, crimes occur. The state, through its rule of law agencies, comes in and handles the crime regardless of who committed the crime. It has been observed with regret that some users of social media, Facebook and others, that the logical definition of an incident as a criminal case to some other definition, that the social media users, others like those using the Facebook and other means, have removed the logical definition of an incident as a criminal case to some other definitions that are not correct. Of course, the object of creating these negative distortions is to further take the incident out of its context. I want to warn all those who are doing this to desist from spreading their ill-intended motives and wait to see how the law will take its due process. Yesterday, His Excellency, the President of the Republic of South Sudan, issued an order forming a high-level investigation committee into the incident. Investigating committee to investigate this incident. The duration given as 1 week demonstrate clearly, without a doubt, that the matter is important and needed be treated with that urgency, providing a clear evidence that no any other person in the middle here would want to inject any toxic feelings to thwart the good intentions of the administration. I want to say for you, the social media users and others, to take it beyond its definition is not correct. To go beyond and deny that Lieutenant Colonel Lual Akok, known as Lual Marine, has not died is bad. It is bad. You cannot say somebody who is dead has not died. Indeed, Lual passed on, and there should be no speculation, or you shouldn't, as a human being, use the name of a dead person and call him still alive. The issue is all those who have died are citizens of this country. Let us face reality. It has nothing to do with the board versus Barghazal or a one of Gogrial and Bor as such. These are parochial thoughts by a people who do not wish good to us, we the people of South Sudan. We had lived for the last immemorial centuries, and we had been getting into confrontations, unintended ones, that may result in loss of lives, but hardly defined as X versus Y. Why at this time would an incident in which we should all be sorry for be defined the way it is being defined? I therefore want to call upon all, and I repeat, that you in the social media to desist from carrying the matter away from its context as a crime. Any other adverse behavior purporting to be in furtherance of this explanation to be beyond of this explanation will be a separate matter and will be deemed as a national security threat. You are entitled to your opinion, but has to be constructive. But inciting our citizens to fight among themselves or turning facts to are real with the intention to bring communities or sections of our communities into conflict is a national security issue. And any other behavior contrary to security or which will be adverse to our security setup will be regarded as something that is outside this matter that is being handled. Whether you are in Juba, in Bor, in Barghazal, or anywhere, and by anywhere I mean wherever we are there as South Sudanese, I urge you to maintain the cardinal principle of peaceful social coexistence that we had enjoyed since we came to be part of this planet as people of South Sudan. Yes, we are nationalities, but we are nationalities that have been bound together by God and brought us to exist in this part of planet. And that's why we fought the war to liberate ourselves as nationalities in order for us to live on this piece of land. We cannot accept to be lured into a situation where we would hit each other when just only 9 years back we voted to have this piece of land independent. We all voted to have it independent. Why do we kill ourselves in? Social being is bound to be in contradiction, and should a crime happen, they always respect their setup, they respect their government, and these matters are handled. Like we as human beings, when we make our individual mistakes in our own private life, we should run to God and not run away from God. As a citizen, if you have made a mistake, run to law. That is the sequence. Like when a child makes a mistake, you should run to the father. And this is the way for us to be. And it is natural. The matter is in the hands of law, and it will take its due course. I do not expect, and it will be unfortunate for those who would want to insist to take it out of its context. Please, let us continue to respect the rule of law, and any other matter that occurs wherever it occurs will be as a result of social behavior that is completely and totally different from the definition and context of the incident of 3rd June. We should not connect things. Because it happened on the 3rd, it means what happened on the 4th and the 5th is a consequence of that. No. Each incident has its own definition and place, and the individuals that did it. I call for calm. I call for the media users to be constructive and reasonable. And South Sudan has been brought to exist on the blood of our people, some of whom are the relatives and the fathers of those who are now using the media. How would you want something for which your father or your sister has died for to be planked? Yes, I know whatever agitation you do will not change the geography of South Sudan, but will only put people into a situation of not coexisting in the way they used to be. And if that is your intention, please keep that intention away from this particular incident. Look for any other incident that you may wish to wait for. I want to thank you, and I want to conclude by saying the relatives of the deceased will be there to collect the bodies of their loved ones, because the post-mortem has been carried out, the autopsy has been carried out, we have received the medical report, and the Ministry of Interior will now organize with the various clinics and hospitals to provide ambulances on sites to have these bodies taken for laying them to rest in their respective places. In investigations, you do not want to preempt by segregating individuals, saying he's a Ugandan, he's a non-Ugandan, he's from this area or from this area. As police and as Ministry of Interior, we use the figure now 9, out of which 2 are regular officers, the other 7 are civilians. It is the investigation that would provide details. What was the second question?
I was saying, would you consider dropping the charges against the 6 officers we understand who are involved in the shooting on the pretext that they were defending their boss?
This is a non-legal question. These are people who have been accused of shooting and firing at people, resulting to death. How would the death of their commander drop the charges against them? This is inconceivable, and I consider that question as not being logical, and it has no value at all. Because if I'm the accused and I have done a crime and I've lost my father whom I was defending, why would the crime with which I was charged be dropped? The soldiers will continue to face the law. But it is not conceivable, and it would not arise in any setup. Yes.
Yeah, my name is Manyang Mayai. You clearly say that things should not be connected, incidences that are happening. And some people are making people to believe that this thing, the incident that happened in Shirikat, is a broad Barakagar issue. Following the killing of the Captain Manyang Cho, by the soldiers that were defending him. And also, there was also a shooting that happened in Jebel last night, where another young man from Bor was also shot. And he's now in the Biada hospital. So, how are men holding arms being prevented from taking laws into their hands in not killing the other people? What is being done by the government to avoid that?
We have provided or we have issued very strict orders to all the regular services, including the army, not to, under any circumstances, be involved in this matter of the third. Some of these people get advantage of that and use their criminal mind to effect what they think of. The law does not get tired. Should you do it at whatever level and at whichever time, you will still be subjected to law. The commanders of these forces are under strict orders to ensure that their officers and men are abiding by the rule of law. And this is what all should know. Whoever behaves contrary to this, on the assumption of perpetuating This thought would be a huge mistake. Thank you. Yes?
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. My name is Majur Chol. You said people should not use the name of dead person as still alive. And you said you have required health information from the clinic that the late died from. Yesterday I had an interview with the SPDF spokesperson. Can you still say what killed the late? How did he die? From your information that you have from the health personnel. It was drive away. I was at the scene. I was almost even shot at Shirikat Incident. I took some videos of the military officers shooting at the civilian. It was drive away with 2 touches. Who killed him? And how did he die?
Who killed him is a function of investigation. As to what he died of, whether it is an injury on the head or behind, will be a matter of medical report. It is the medical report that will provide strictly that the deceased Lieutenant Colonel Lualako died of an injury inflicted in this place and this place. For me, I cannot determine. The fact is, Lual is dead.
Yes, my name is Daniel Majab. I work for Chinese News Agency. I have 2 questions. One of which is, how many people so far have been arrested in relation to June 3rd incident of Shirikat and the subsequent target killing that happened on the same night? And so far, can you tell us the number of injured people that are currently being taken care of as a result of the incident?
Yeah, those who are in custody now are 20. There were 21, but Lual died, we don't count him again. As to injured people, majority of those who sustain injuries chose not to report because you might find yourself being a suspect. It is not yet time for us to talk about those who are involved. It is the investigation that will reveal how many are there. But my active and effective knowledge gives me the figure as per the report that being brought to me every morning, that the number is 20. Those arrested as a result of other isolated cases are counted for those isolated cases, like the one that was mentioned here, that somebody was attacked and stabbed and so on. That is a separate case altogether. You will never connect it to the 3rd incident. And that is the wrong with our people. To make a correlation of things that don't meet. is always not healthy. Is always not healthy. The balak on this case of an attack to stab somebody will be separate from the balak that was instituted in Gumba Shirikat on the 3rd. So those who have been arrested so far in connection with this were, in fact, 21. Lual minus Lual. Lual is gone. 20 are effectively 14 civilians and 6 of his bodyguards that were with him.